Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm super excited for this one, which I say for every video, but I actually am for this one. Because if you've clicked on the video, then you know that today my mum is going to be picking what I sew. I thought about doing this idea a couple of months ago and I'm finally getting around to doing it. How it's gonna work is, yesterday I got my mum on Pinterest. I told her, find me something you want me to make. So that's what she did, and I have no idea what she chose, but I got her to send it to me on Messenger because I don't really go on Messenger, so I just got her to like clear the notification for me, and then now it's just sitting in Messenger. So now we are going to reveal and react to what my mum picked for me. But on top of that, I also got her to pick out a fabric that she wanted me to make it in. Because I'm on a spending ban, I got my mum to pick out a fabric from ones I already have. I had quite a few, so there was definitely a lot of options. I put them all into this little wallet, and then I gave it to my mum and said, pick one of these that you want me to make the item in, and then put it in this one. Again, she did this without me seeing, so I have no idea what's in this purse. But I think first, let's go look at what she wants me to make, and then we'll see what fabric she wants me to make it in. Let's go into Messenger and see what she picked. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is what she chose. But I'm realizing that I think this was just an ad on Pinterest and she's clicked on it. I can see that the screenshot is of the Princess Polly website. So I think she has accidentally clicked on an ad, but you know what? It's still cute, so we're gonna make it. Anyway, so initial thoughts, it's pretty simple. I think we're going to be able to do this. I'm excited, happy with this one. Anyway, let's now see what fabric she has picked for me. I might have a feeling, I feel like she's gonna do it in that one, although I'm gonna have to line it. Let's see what fabric she has chosen. I knew it was gonna be this one. I knew it. Okay, but that would be cute. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm slightly concerned because I actually don't have much fabric of this at all. Like, I have enough to do it, but if I make a mistake, it's all over. I have grabbed this top, which I have already, and I'm just gonna copy the sort of neckline because it's very similar to the top. So I'm gonna use this as a kind of a guide for the initial part, but I'm scared. Look how much fabric I have. Not much at all. I also found some white that I'm gonna do for the lining. I don't even know. There's no room to do it any other way. I also have another square that went here. Who thought it would be a good idea to cut that out? I don't know. I'm just gonna cut and see what happens. I actually am genuinely scared. Let's just cut. Girl, she's looking a bit crooked. I don't know what I'm doing. Give some curvature to the body. I'm wasting so much fabric right now. I'm actually very concerned. Okay, this is what we have so far. What I'm going to do now is take the white fabric and cut out the exact same pattern as this so that it can become the lining of the top. Okay, so I've cut out the two pieces, I've put them together, and now we are going to sew them together except for the bottom. Now let's put it so that it is not inside out. Why did I make it so thin down there? Okay, I've just cut out these two shapes and I'm hoping this is going to form the front of the top, and I'm going to line them as well with the white, just like this one, and then we're going to attach it like this and see what happens. Okay, so I've just cut out a piece of the white and I've attached it front sides facing forward to the other piece of fabric with pins, and I've done that twice with both sides, and now I'm just going to go ahead and sew it together. I wanted to do it front sides facing each other, so it was like this and like you couldn't see the stitches, but I can't see a world where I do that and it looks good. I've tried to pin it multiple times with the front sides facing each other, but it looks absolutely awful. So we're gonna do a stitch. So this is the stitching done. I think it turned out pretty well. So then I moved on to the back of the top and using newspaper, which is a really good tip. If you need to make pattern pieces, use newspaper. So I did that and I sort of copied what the back of the Princess Polly top looks like, and I came out with this shape. So then it was time to cut out the fabric, and I needed 4 of these pieces, but unfortunately I had ran out of the pattern fabric, or at least I didn't have enough in that sort of odd shape, so I had to go for the white. And then taking 2 of those pieces, we sewed them together, and I did this twice so that the 4 pieces became 2. So after I'd sewn them, I untucked them so that they were no longer inside out. So once I'd done that, I moved that to the side, and then it was time to focus on the side of the top, which I used a very similar process to the one I just showed you with the newspaper technique. As you can see, I have made quite the mess. I have officially ran out of fabric, but I have not finished the top. So, as you would have seen from the clip I took on my phone, I made a pattern for the side pieces out of newspaper. Here it is. I've just used it to cut out the fabric. I needed 4 pieces of this. It was a struggle, but we did it. I've already sewn 2 of them together, but as you can see, I ran out of like a full piece of fabric, so I had to sew pieces of the white together in order to make enough for the lining. But it kind of looks cool. You're not going to see it because this is going to be the part touching my body, but I had enough of this, so that was fine. And now I have the other 2 pieces, which I'm going to sew together now. By the way, this is what the top's looking like so far. It's giving like Star Wars combat suit. Like, I forgot what they're called. I want to say Power Ranger. I know it's not Power Ranger. I've never watched Star Wars. I don't know what they're called. I can't think. It also is kind of giving Hunger Games in a weird way. I'm also getting picked up for netball in about an hour and a half, and I was planning to be finished this by then. It does not look likely that that is going to happen. This is the moment of truth. I'm gonna write this down and see if this looks any good. I fear that this looks absolutely terrible. You know what's sad? I've been doing this since 7:30 a.m. We're just gonna pin it, see how it looks. This is what it's looking like. This looks nothing like the top. I'm just gonna pin this like this so that it's like an armhole. Ooh. These reach each other. I'm gonna sew this like this, and then we're gonna be close to done. Guys, it was Stormtrooper. Duh. I look like a stormtrooper. I just got Mum to help me pin it in a way that looked good. And now we're gonna sew. So we're gonna sew all of this together and the backs together. This one I'm gonna do a like button. Okay, so at this point the top is at 2 different lengths, and as much as I prefer the longer length, it just had to be the same length. So I had to sacrifice it, which was really sad, but we move. Anyway, then I hemmed and zigzag stitched this part, and then I also hemmed and like zigzag stitch all the other parts from the inside of the top that you can't see, just to make sure everything was neat. And I didn't do that on camera because that's kind of boring. Okay guys, we are getting so close. So I made these 2 long ribbony bits, and then I attached them to the back of the top, which was going to make the tie, and then I sewed that on for both sides. And by the way, not without great difficulty, because it was very thick and I had the tension way too tight, but we got there in the end. And then finally it was time to do the part which attaches itself at the back of my neck. And so basically one side was going to be a button and the other side was going to be a piece of elastic, which was just going to loop around the button. But I will show all those details in the try on portion. Speaking of, let's roll the clips.
Baby, when I look in your eyes, I can see you as a child. The river gives us every good thing, and then it takes it all.
Okay, I thought we could just wrap up this video with my final thoughts. Here is the side-by-side comparison of the front and the back of the top with the Princess Polly top. But to make this even more fun, let's do a pros and cons list to break it down. Okay, starting off strong with the pros, my number one is the same concept. All the same features were carried over, including the open back with the tie and the boat neckline. So the same idea has been followed. However, and this is where we get to our first con, the shape of my top, specifically under the arms, was a little bit more harsh than the Princess Polly top. I will say though that this top is structurally very well made, and that is our second pro. Again, kind of on the same lines of shape, the lengths of both tops are not really comparable. My top is a lot shorter, and that's just genuinely because I didn't have enough fabric. Finally, my button detailing is a bit how you going, and I don't really have to explain this. You can just tell by looking at them side by side. Okay, so I'm going to give myself a final score of 8 out of 10, because let's be real, it's pretty close. And by the way, we're not counting color, because it's obviously a different color. I did that on purpose. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video very soon. Bye!